Bro, it doesn't matter if you get validation from others. Doesn't matter how many people compliment you. All of that is just vanity. It's very, very enjoyable. It's pleasurable. It's stimulating to be the center of attention without even trying. When everyone is impressed by you having this quiet, still confidence, but when you know deep down that you're still not living up to your potential, nothing from the outside world will help pull you back from feeling hollow and empty. And to be honest with you, that's exactly how I'm feeling right now. You can probably feel the energy. And for all of yesterday, I was desperately trying to film a video talking about confidence, how to gain it, what it is. And I literally spent damn near 6 hours just recording, re-recording, going for a walk, thinking about what I'm gonna say, coming back and just re-recording. And I ended up deleting everything because it just felt inauthentic. It felt like I was performing, even though one of the main points I was talking about was confidence is not a performance. Confidence is complete stillness within your own being. But yesterday, something felt off. I completely lost the plot. And then I ended up spending the entire day just trying, banging my head against the wall. And I ended up producing nothing. I ended the day like a complete failure, which was a massive contrast with the way I spent the day before that. 2 days ago, I was at a party at this beautiful venue that I was at yesterday as well. It was like a spa with a cold plunge, with a sauna overlooking a lake. Man, it was beautiful. It was the yearly lantern event here in Chiang Mai, and I had an amazing evening. It wasn't a party like in England where people are getting drunk, pissing about, and just degenerating themselves, having stupid, pointless conversations. No, it was a high frequency event with digital nomads, entrepreneurs who are all, very valuable people. And on this particular evening, I spent quite a while chatting to the most attractive girl there, who really gave my ego a lot of validation, a lot of boosting by saying I was by far the most confident guy there, even without drinking, without any overcompensation. And guess what that did? That overinflated my little coconut. That's exactly why I said what I did at the start of the video, that you can get praise from the world. Everyone can boost your little ego, but ultimately it's hollow, it's empty, it's a spike of pleasure. You feel like, yeah, I'm the man. But when you don't carry that through, when you don't keep the momentum up, then all of that's just going to crumble and you end up feeling even more insignificant and worthless, because you have this expectation like, oh, people are expecting great things from me. Why am I not living up to it? You expect great things from you, but you're not living up to it because you waste so much time just overthinking instead of acting. And you waste so much time on planning rather than doing. When is enough, man? Fuck. How many times are you going to get so sick of yourself and tell yourself, yeah, that's it, I've had enough, I'm going to go all out. But then you get distracted again, you get lost in the sauce, you lose clarity, You start getting confused about what your priorities are. You start getting confused even about what your goals are, why you're doing what you're doing. That's exactly what I'm going through right now. I'll be honest, I woke up this morning and I was low, man. Low energy, low frequency. And to be honest with you, now it's not getting any better. I don't think I can produce any good work with this state. So what are we going to do? We're going to change the state. I need to get into a physical flow state, push my body, get out of my mind. So I'm going to go to the gym and I'll see you when I get there. So essentially, throughout the course of the day, I'm going to scrap my to-do list, what I planned to film, because I went to bed last night and I said, I'm going to write this wrong. I'm going to re-record this video. But man, I think there was a reason. There was so much resistance. There was a reason I didn't end up completing and publishing anything I made yesterday. Maybe it's because that wasn't the message that I needed to share. Maybe, just maybe, I needed to get down in the dumps and pull myself out again in real time so that you could see exactly how it's done, so that next time you're in a slump or in a rut, you can just snap right back out of it, get into a higher frequency. So let's go. Let's stop moaning and moping around. Let's put a smile on our face and let's go train. Last night, driving back from this spa, I got absolutely soaked. The rain was just relentless. It truly felt like I was in a typhoon of just water. And it was a half an hour bike ride that really, really made me contemplate, made me question all of the decisions I'd been making. And honestly, it was like the final touch on a shitty day when nothing felt like it was going my way. I got back and I was just pissed. Not with the world at all, because the world didn't do anything to me. I did this to myself. And man, I just desperately wanted to right the wrong. And right then and there, I wanted to turn on the camera and film a video about what actually happened, because then the lessons would be fresh and I'd be able to speak with fire and passion, because I'm not trying to over-engineer anything. I'm just reporting, I'm documenting. But another obstacle landed in my path. I wasn't even able to turn on my phone to charge it because it got so soaked in the rain that the charging port just wouldn't allow me to put it in. It would keep shutting down because, it's not safe and stuff. So I literally had to keep my phone soaking in rice all night. And now it's all good, we're back. But the freshness of the moment has gone. The time between idea and execution has been increased. So honestly, when it comes to that video that I planned yesterday, yeah, it might have been important. Yeah, it might have been valuable, but the potency of the idea has left. Instead, you're going to watch me raise my frequency in real time. I don't know if you can feel it, but already my frequency is starting to elevate because I've stopped trying to perform. I've stopped trying to manufacture, engineer, and I've come on, I've been vulnerable, I've been authentic, and I've shared exactly what I'm going through. Before I go to the gym, I want to share with you how I spent these past few days, which actually got me into this lower frequency, so that you can spot the patterns and interrupt them before that happens to you. So there's a very specific reason that I started the video by saying what I did, because these past few days I've been going out of my comfort zone more than I've ever done before in terms of women. I, for the first time in my life, have actually started doing cold approach on the streets. And it's not really to get any kind of result. It's mainly to just prove to myself that I can, right? I for the longest time have been just terrified of coming up to a girl in the cold light of day, just anywhere, and speaking to her with the sole intention of chatting her up and getting her number. There's always been some kind of thing that has made it more frictionless. Like at the gym, I ask her, how many sets do you have left and stuff. It's always been a more natural opener, or just in a setting, in a confined environment where we're both together. For some reason, this has just been a lot easier starting conversations, but this actual act of doing it in the street, in the daytime, with absolutely no reason to, apart from just wanting to speak to her, that's like a whole different ball game, right? And these past few days, I've done so, and it finally feels like the world has started to open up to me, because I realize, man, this shit is actually not that scary at all. It's actually kind of fun. It's easy. And I'm a bit of a smooth talker, I'll be honest. So I've really started to feel good about myself, feel like a new layer of confidence added on, because while, yes, I have built a physique that I'm proud of, I've pushed my mind in a lot of matters of discipline and pain that have made me more confident, there's been something holding me back, which is just the ability to go out into the world and fully just open up with no limitations. And these past few days, because I've been doing so, I've been slacking on my other habits, because I've started to get this, new self-esteem. I haven't been congruent with the man I know I have to be. All the habits, all of the routines, all of the structures that have actually improved my life massively, I've sort of let them slide a bit, because I thought that, I have to work on a different area of my confidence, of actually putting myself out there in social situations with women that feel deeply uncomfortable for me. And, if I focus on that, then that's what will do wonders for my self-esteem. And it's true, because that was my biggest constraint. That was my biggest bottleneck for a while. But that doesn't mean I have to let my other habits slip. Are you crazy? That's what got me here in the first place. You need both, man. You need both. You need pain tolerance for controlled pain that you choose, that is very deliberate and predictable. Stuff like waking up and just getting straight to it, not lying around, snoozing your alarm. Stuff like putting everything you've got into your training, your diet, resisting the temptation to do shitty habits and addictions. All that stuff is predictable, controlled pain. A lot of people get very good at that type of pain, myself included in the past, not so much now because I did let myself go a bit, but there's also another type of pain tolerance, which is the pain of chaos, the pain of rejection, the pain of failure, the pain of uncertainty. And that area for me was very much lagging for a long time. And I guess it still is, because why else would I have spent so long yesterday just recording, re-recording, and just feeling like a completely worthless loser because I didn't produce anything, right? But you need both. You need to harmonize. You need to literally level up in every single area. And for some reason, I sort of let that slide a bit. I let myself be less consistent with my other good habits. So that's enough. Enough is enough. I'm sick of it. Let's get back to flow state. Let's get back to living like a high testosterone savage. Enough is enough. I'll see you at the gym.
Bro, first exercise of the day, we're going to be doing some dead dips, which is essentially dips, but letting my feet come to rest at the bottom. This builds true explosive strength and allows me to reinforce the weakest position at the bottom. Let's go.
Boom. Boom. Heavy but strong, man. This dip absolutely locks you into a very, very consistent form, even if it's a grinder like this one right here. And I didn't lift as heavy for as many reps as I wanted, but hey, at least I raised the frequency. And then I moved on to some machine shoulder press because everyone wants big delts, right? And I just freaking couldn't do any more reps. That's exactly what every set should look like. And obviously we do the preacher curl because it's one of the most goated bicep exercises there is. I try to control it on the way down, I succeed, but I get another rep, I can't. Next is a chest press on the machine. And honestly, using machines when your frequency is low and you just want to get a pump, you want to actually break down the muscle fibers, man, there's no better feeling. I know some people love to lift some heavy weights. I do as well, but there's a time and a place for everything. And I believe when you start the day and you're low, I don't believe there's any better way of training than just really getting a sick mind-muscle connection, tearing down the fibers, and enjoying the pump. But anyway, that doesn't mean that you should train like a fanny and just do high rep sets far from failure just to get the pump, just to get the blood flowing. No, you still hit everything to failure, just like these laterals. Can't do any more full reps, so I'm doing some partials. And every single time you touch your shoulder, you get 10% extra gains. That's a scientific fact. Finishing off the day with some hammer cable curls. I love this movement because it just hits the part of the bicep that never gets worked and some of the brachialis as well. Hits your forearms kind of nicely as well. It's a pretty solid exercise, but that's not the point. The point is, today was supposed to be about raising the frequency, getting out of my head. And I'll be honest with you, this gym session, I was trapped in my head a bit too much because, it was pissing down with rain outside. The music was really pissing me off. I know all of this moody conditioning was literally just a symptom of my own internal battle. And speaking of battle, I decided to end this session by fighting some demons on the boxing bag. I didn't do any clean form, any kind of technique work, any combos. I decided, let's just blitz it out, go super fast, get the heart rate up as quickly as possible, basically just do hit. No clean punches, just bang, 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 until I can't go anymore, and then I keep going. Wow, my brain is pretty fried. Getting some blood flowing, getting some heart rate up always helps raise the frequency. But even more importantly than that is to chase validation from yourself. Not from others, because I've already explained how it's a hollow pleasure. It's exciting. It feels nice in the moment. But then, in the dark, quiet hours, when you're all alone, what are the thoughts that come back? Well, if you haven't been seeking validation from yourself, by keeping promises, challenging promises, and progressively overloading the difficulty of the challenges that you face, then man, you're just gonna crumble by yourself. You're always going to be
seeking social settings. I understand that now. It's a very popular crutch, isn't it? You don't want to be alone because the voices in your head, they get a bit frightening. They get quite violent sometimes. But there's no escape, man. There's no escape. You're gonna have to be alone one way or another at some point. So you might as well create this internal reality to just be good, man. Just be fine. You don't need to always be happy. You don't always need to be cheerful. You just need to be fine, man. I always come to the conclusion when I'm going through negative headspace that just neutralize it, man. Instead of trying to reverse it, flip the script, go from negative to positive, just be neutral. Be still as stone. Be emotionless. Much easier said than done, I know, but with practice comes competence. And the more you can practice just switching into that cold, emotionless, semi-robotic state, the smoother everything will go. Now that we've taken care of the physical, it's time to take care of the mental. So for the next hour, I'm going to be doing a guided meditation. Never done it for that long before. I don't know what to expect. Something about awakening the chakras, kundalini energy. I have no idea about any of that kind of world. To me, meditation is usually just a functional thing. 10 minutes, center the mind, focus. Simple, right? Never really done meditation to like awaken my spiritual powers or anything. So I'm going to do it for the next hour. I'm not going to film it because why would I? That's boring as hell. I'm literally just going to be lying down here and going where the journey takes me. Bro, I'll be honest, I wasn't even lying down. He told me to sit up straight, and even so, I was barely... energy, get moving, get grooving, have some food. Then I'm going to do this meditation outside after the energy levels have risen. Seriously, more rest does not equal more energy most of the time. More movement does. A simple little mission, just to go to the shop and get some eggs. Get out into the sunlight briefly and then cook them. Cook 10 scrambled eggs. Man, I feel way more energized and I don't think I'll be falling asleep anytime soon. But the day is still young. Definitely going to be an early night tonight. But anyway, definitely feeling better. Self-esteem has gone up. We still have to do more though. This is not enough. So, tell us the plan, Jordan.
We're gonna say some embarrassing shit to girls to get over a fear of rejection, you know?
No, not just that. I think it's also to just feel the cringe, sit in the cringe, and get used to it. Because life is about cringe, isn't it?
CringeCon 25.
Exactly, man. What are you running away from today? Nothing,
Facing
amazing.
it, man. Facing it head on, bruv.
Well, I can say I'm running away from a low frequency to the cringe frequency. Let's go. So, let's give a little review. How did we do?
How did we do? I feel like we hesitated a fair bit initially.
A little bit at the start because... But then what? What happened then?
I mean, I feel like it wasn't like a 10 out of 10 effort. It was probably like a 4 out of 10 if I was being critical.
Really?
Yeah, I reckon so.
You reckon we could have done more volume?
We could have done more volume. We spent a lot of time faffing around, man.
We did, yeah.
Back
We
to back.
didn't target a choir. We weren't laser focused. You know what I mean? But we did humiliate ourselves. That is fair to say. And we had some pretty nice conversations with some pretty cute girls.
We didn't find the Muffin Man.
We didn't find the Muffin Man. Yeah.
Shit.
I asked for an Instagram, got rejected. Boom.
Still
that
there.
was
Still standing.
Fuck yeah, man. Yeah, it was a definite frequency raiser for sure. What do you think?
I just wish I found the Muffin Man.
Man, you didn't go to Drury Lane. So we're ending the day at the buffet. We got nothing but Whole Foods here. Just meat cooked in a stew. No sugars, no nothing. Obviously, I'm not so sure what's in this Japanese curry rice. It might be some spooky stuff, but hey, the majority of today's feast will literally just be meat cooked in soup. So I'll take it. So a little recap of today. I woke up feeling bleak, feeling a bit hopeless to tell you the truth. I had very low self-worth at the start of the day because of the way I'd spent a few days leading up to this occasion. And now I feel pretty damn good because, yeah, it would have been great for me to just go to the gym, eat some good food, and, progress physically. But it's not enough, man. Going through the process of just going out, chatting shit to girls with no results in mind. I didn't want to hook up. I only asked for an Instagram just to gather some data, and I believe that I was not in the right frequency to even deserve her Instagram, because I was just, embracing the buffoonery. I was just being silly, and it was very refreshing. It was very refreshing because it wasn't chasing validation from anyone. It was literally just me setting my mind on a little fun challenge, going through the discomfort of, a bit of embarrassment. And all in all, that's the two pillars right there. The pain tolerance of physical discomfort, and the pain tolerance of uncertainty, of failure and rejection. Boom, crossed off. Now, could this day have been a lot better if I'd woke up and just strategically pounded
my to-do list, which was to record 2 very specific videos that I'd planned the night before. I don't think so, because I was not in the right state of mind. I've chosen a path that really requires me to be able to come at it with the right energy, right? Because if I had chosen work to do that required a grind, if all I had to do was just get on my computer, just lock in no matter how I felt, forget my emotions, and just plow through for 12 hours, then I should have done that. But because I've chosen this path of creating, of building a brand that is unique to me, then it's all an inner works game. But yeah, man, if you're feeling low, if you're feeling like you're in a bit of a rut, do exactly what I've done. Raise your energy levels by doing uncomfortable shit. Boom. That's it. Simply put, I'll see you when I see you.